Okay. Good evening, everybody. Today's Sunday. Is it? Today's Saturday. Oh, wow. I'm really actually in the wrong day. Okay, but it is the 20th of May. Okay. So we're coming together for a Tara Puja again tonight. We're coming here to do these special practices to beseech Lama Zopa Rinpoche to quickly return in a form that we can perceive so that we can be visibly held in his mercy and compassion for all our lives. We also come together to pray for Cancer Rinpoche Geshe Tosa Sharing, who's had shown the aspect of suffering a stroke. We pray for his speedy recovery and for a long and healthy life for the sake of all his loving students everywhere and for all sentient beings. We also come together to celebrate the life of Christopher Gwynn. May he quickly travel through the bardo and be reborn in a pure land or take a perfect human rebirth, meet with qualified Mahayana teachers and teachings. And more personally, I'm being a bit naughty, but I'd like to dedicate the merit that I make here and everybody else's to my cat, Jasmine, who it's her 10-year anniversary of her death. So I'm feeling a bit sad. And of course, we come together to pray for all sentient beings who are suffering like us in this torrent of suffering called samsara. So anyway, we start on page 141 of the Silver Book. I and all sentient beings as vast as space from now until we reach the essence of supreme enlightenment, go for refuge to the glorious pure Lamas, go for refuge to the perfect enlightened victorious ones, go for refuge to the pure Dharma, go for refuge to the superior Sangha. I and all sentient beings as vast as space, from now until we reach the essence of supreme enlightenment, go for refuge to the glorious pure Lamas, go for refuge to the perfect enlightened victorious ones, go for refuge to the pure Dharma, go for refuge to the superior Sangha. I and all sentient beings as vast as space, from now until we reach the essence of supreme enlightenment, go for refuge to the glorious pure Lamas, go for refuge to the perfect enlightened victorious ones, go for refuge to the pure Dharma, go for refuge to the superior Sangha. Sangye chodam sogi chonam la jangchu badu dagni kapsuchi dagi jin sogi pedi dagi jola penche sangye ju shuk sangye chodam sogi chonam la jangchu badu dagni kapsuchi dagi jin sogi pedi dagi jola penche sangye ju pasho Sangye chodam sogi chonam la Jangchu badu dagni kapsuchi, dagi jinsogi pedi dagi, jola penchi sangye drupasho. In particular, in order to benefit all my mother's sentient beings, quickly and more quickly I must achieve the precious state of perfect and complete Buddhahood. Therefore, I'm going to undertake the yoga of Venerable Arya Tara. May all sentient beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. And may all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from desire for friends and hatred for enemies. Self-generation. In one instant I arise as Venerable Arya Tara. Om Vajra Amrita Kundalini Hana Hana Hum Pe. Om Savava Shuddha Savadama Savava Shuddha Hum. Everything is emptiness only. While it is empty, from Yam appears wind, from Ram fire, from A transcendental wisdom skull cup, vast and big. In it, from the melting of the 5 meats and 5 nectars, comes a huge ocean of transcendental wisdom nectar. Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Om Ahum. Om Vajra Amrita Kundalini Hana Hana Hum Pe. Sarvashuddha Sarvadhamma Sarvashuddha. Everything is emptiness only. While it is empty from calm, skull cup vessels appear. Inside these, from whom appear the offering substance, whose nature is emptiness and will appear in their individual aspects. As objects of enjoyment of the six senses, they give rise to special uncontaminated bliss. Om Agam Ahum, Om Padyam Ahum, Om Vajra Pupe Ahum, Om Vajra Dupe Ahum, Om Vajra Aloke Ahum, Om Vajra Gande Ahum, Om Vajra Nude Ahum, Om Vajra Shakta Ahum. In the space before me, on a line throne, lotus and moon discs, is Kabir Dani Tara, who is inseparable from my root Lama. Above her are Venerable Atisha and the other lineage Lamas, and she is surrounded by the 21 Taras and so forth. The Yidams, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, hearers, self-realizers, and oath-bound protectors. Your exalted body is the embodiment of all Buddhas. You are in nature, Vajra holder, the very root of the three round sublime ones. I prostrate to all gurus. Your exalted body is the embodiment of all Buddhas. You are in nature, Vajra holder, the very root of the three round sublime ones. I prostrate to all gurus. Your exalted body is the embodiment of all Buddhas. You are in nature, Vajra holder, the very root of the three round sublime ones. I prostrate to all gurus, the Savior having great compassion, the Founder having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean. To you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the Founder having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean. To you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the Founder having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean. To you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realm, the one path, sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberated will also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts, to use the sublime intending virtue, I prostrate. Those who are liberated also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts, to use sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Those who are liberated also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts, to use the sublime intending virtue, I prostrate. Om Sava Tata Gata Sapariva Agam Prati Sahum Soha Om Sava Tata Gata Sapariva Padyam Prati Sahum Soha Om Sava Tata Gata Sapariva Pupe Prati Sahum Soha Om Sava Tata Gata Sapariva Dupe Prati Sahum Soha Om Sava Tata Gata Sapariva Aloke Prati Sahum Soha Om Sava Tata Gata Sapariva Gande Prati Sahum Soha Om Sava Tata Gata Sapariva Nude Prati Sahum Soha Om Sava Tata Gata Sapariva Shabda Prati Sahum Soha Om Sava Tata Gata Sapariva Om Ahum. I prostrate to all the victorious ones and their children. I present clouds to every type of offering, actual and imagined. I declare all my negative actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in the merit of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until the end of psychic existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for living beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of all others to the great enlightenment. Shinkam Uwajio Om Bhadrabhumi Ahum Wansezegizaji Om Bhadrareki Ahum Chi Chariko Yikeko Yusu Rigapuri Ram Shalupapo Lo Zambuli Nubalancho Jan Jaminyan Ludan Lupan Nayan Dan Nayan Chen Yodano Chodro Draminyenga Shadu Lampo Rinpoche Lokinda Rinpoche Nututa Rinpoche Jangdu Sumo Rinpoche Shadu Lampo Rinpoche Lo Nutu Kolo Rinpoche Nu Jangdu Nopo Rinpoche Jangshe Teche Jempo Pompa Nangi Shadu Ni Nutudawa. My own and others' body, speech, and mind, wealth and virtues of the three times, this pure, precious mandala and a massive amount of Vajra's offerings, I mentally take and offer to my Guru Yidama the three precious ones. Please accept them through compassion and bestow your inspiration. Zaji Poki Jushin Beto Trari Robling Shi Ni Degen Padi Sange Jindu Mi Te Uwa Yidro Kunam Jingla Chopashu. Please, Holy Jetson Guru, from the billowing clouds of compassion and may rainfalls of profound and extensive teachings of whatever is suitable for the ears of sentient beings who are the objects to be subdued. Iram Guru Ratna Mandala Kamniyatayami. Sange Chodam Sogi Chonam La Jangchu Badu Dagni Kapsuchi Dagi Jin Sogi Pedi Dagi Jola Penche Sange Drupashu Sange Chodam Sogi Chonam La Jangchu Badu Dagni Kapsuchi Dagi Jin Sogi Pedi Dagi Jola Penche Sange Drupashu Sange Chodam Sogi Chonam Jangchu Badu Dagni Kapsuchi, Dagi Jinsogi Pedi Dagi, Jola Penchi Sange Drupashu. Please bless me to devote myself in thought and action to the virtuous teacher, the very source of all goodness. By training in the path that pleases all the conquerors, may I reach unsurpassed enlightenment. Please bless me to devote myself in thought and action to the virtuous teacher, the very source of all goodness. By training in the path that pleases all the conquerors, may I reach unsurpassed enlightenment. Please bless me to devote myself in thought and action to the virtuous teacher, the very source of all goodness. By training in the path that pleases all the conquerors, may I reach unsurpassed enlightenment. Okay, first round. Ladang Lamin Chopangi Zabni Pamo Latude Pampa Kunle Josepe Dromayum La Chatsalo Ladang Lamin Chopangi Zabni Pamo Latude Pampa Kunle Josepe Dromayum La Chatsalo Ladang Lamin Chopangi Zabni Pamo Latude Pampa Kunle Josepe, Jomayum La Chatsalo, Ladang Lamin Chopangi, Zabni Pamo La Tude, Pampa Kunle Josepe, Jomayum La Chatsalo, Ladang Lamin Chopangi, Zabni Pamo La Tude, Pampa Kunle Josepe, Jomayum La Chatsalo, Ladang Lamin Chopangi, Zabni Pamo Latude, Pampa Kunle Josepe, Jomayum La Chatsalo, Ladang Lamin Chopangi, Sabni Pemo Latude, Pompa Kunle Josepe, Doma Yum La Chatsalo. Om Maria Tare Sapariwa, Agam Prati Sahum Soha. Om Maria Tare Sapariwa, Padyam Prati Sahum Soha. Om Maria Tare Sapariva Pupe Prati Sahum Soha. Om Maria Tare Sapariva Dupe Prati Sahum Soha. Om Maria Tare Sapariva Aloke Prati Sahum Soha. Om Maria Tare Sapariva Gande Prati Sahum Soha. Om Maria Tare Sapariva Nude Prati Sahum Soha. Om Maria Tare Sapariva Shabda Prati Sahum Soha. Om Aryatari Saparivari Om Ahum. To Aryatara's holy feet I prostrate. I present clouds of every type of offering, actual and imagined. I declare all my negative actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in the merit of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until the end of cyclic existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for living beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of all others to the great enlightenment. Jinkam oa jua om badra bumi ahum wansasege zaji om badra reki ahum chi chari koi koi yusu rigapori rab shalupapo lo zambuli nu balantro draminyan ludan lupa nayan dan nayan jen Yodana Chodro Dramin Yangida Chadu Lampo Rinpoche Lokinda Rinpoche Nututa Rinpoche Jangdu Sumo Rinpoche Shalom Mampo Rinpoche Lord Nutu Kolo Rinpoche Nu Jangdu Nobo Rinpoche Jangshe Teche Jempo Pampa Nangi Shadu Nima Nutu Dawa. My own and others' body, speech, and mind, wealth and virtues of the three times, this pure, precious mandala and a massive amount of budget offering. I mentally take and offer to my Guru Yidam and the three precious ones. Please accept them through compassion and bestow your inspiration. Zajipoki Jushimeto Tra Roblingi ni degen padi sange jindu mi te uwa yidro kunanda Jila Chopa Chu. In the land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good. All powerful Chamrezik Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. Iram Guratna Mandala Kamniyatai Pami. Sangye chodam soki chonam la jangchu badu dagni kapsuchi dagi jin sogi pedi dagi jola penche sangye drupasho sangye chodam soki chonam la jangchu badu dagni kapsuchi dagi jin sogi pedi dagi jola penche sangye drupasho sangye chodam sogi chonam la Jangchu Badu Dagni Kapsuchi Dagi Jinsogi Pedi Dagi Jola Penche Sange Drupasho. Let me and all those who need protection come under the supreme giving gesture of your right hand, as well as the refuge granting gesture that liberates from all fears. Do the praises twice. Om, I prostrate to noble transcendent liberator. Homage Tara swift heroic, eyes like lightning instantaneous, sprung from open stamens of the Lord of Three Born Seaborn Lotus. Homage you, face combines 100 ornaments at fullest, blazing with red rays resplendent, as a thousand star collection. Homage golden blue on lotus, water born in hand adorning, giving effort calm austerities, patience meditation heresy. Homage crown of Tathagata, action triumph without limit, relied on by conquerors children, having reached every perfection. Homage filling with tutari, whom desire direction and space, trampling with the feet of seven was able to draw total being. Homage worship by the old Lord, Chakra Army Brahma Maru, honored by the host of spirits, cosplays Gandhar action. Homage with a train pace out, destroying magic diagrams, perfect pressing left up in blazing in a raging fireplace. Homage to Ray Berry Dreadful, destroyer of Mara's champion. She with frowning lotus visage, who is slayer of all enemies. Homage at her heart of fingers, adorn her with three light rays masses all excited, all directions wheels adorn her. Homage she's so joyous radiant, crown emitting gallons of light, mirthful laughing with tutare, subjugating Mara's devas. Homage she able to summon all the guardians assembly, shaking frowning with a home side, saving from every misfortune. Homage crown adorned with crescent, moon ornaments were shining, Amitabha in a hand, sending out much light eternal. Homage you, wreath ablaze, Eon ending fire abiding, rush with their first joy surround you, troops of enemies destroying. Homage you strikes the ground with, her palm movement beats it, scaling with the letter whom the seven levels she does conquer. Homage happy, righteous, peaceful, she is filled with peace nirvana, she endowed with Om and Soha, destroyer of the great evil. Homage you, joy surround her, tearing first by these asunder, freeze with home and knowledge mantra, arrangement of the 10 letters, homage to with C letter of the shape of syllable whom by foot stamping shakes the three words, Mary, Manner, and Vinya, homage holding in a hand the hammock moon of David Lake bone, which was for Kantar and Pay, totally dispelling poison. Homage to gods and their king, and the king of Suwana, Ahmed in all joyful splendor. She dispels red dreams and conflicts. Homage to you, two eyes bright with radiance of sun and full moon. We twice Hara and Tutare. She dispels every contagion, liberating, powered by the set of three natures, destroys host spirit chakras, and raise corpses to array. These praises with the root mantra and prostrations, Sasa 21. Oh, my prostrate noble transcendent liberator. Homage tower swift heroic, eyes like lightning instantaneous, sprung from open stamens of the Lord of Three Born Seaborn Lotus. Homage you, face combines 100 ornaments at fullest, blazing with bright rays resplendent, as a thousand star collection. Homage golden blue on lotus, water born in hand adorned, giving effort calm austerity, patience meditation heresy. Homage crown of Tathagata, action triumph without limit, relied on by conquerors children, having reached every perfection. Homage filling with Chitare, whom desire direction and space, trampling with the feet the seven was able to draw total being. Homage worship by the old Lord, Chakra Amri Brahma Maru, honored by the host of spirits, cosplays Gandhara Yakshas, homage with the train pace and destroying foes magic dust. Heavy pressing left up riding, blazing in a raging fireplace, homage to a very dreadful, destroyer of Mara's champion, she with frowning lotus visage, who is slayer of all enemies, homage at her heart of fingers, adorn her with three mudra, light rays wrestlers all excited, all directions wheels adorn her, homage she so joyous radiant, crown emitting gallons of light, mirthful laughing with tutare, subjugating Mara's devas, homage she able to summon, all the guardians assembly, shaking frowning with a home side, saving from every misfortune. Homage crown adorned with crescent, moon ornaments were shining, Amitabha in a hand, sending out much light eternal. Homage to you, wreath ablaze, Eon ending fire abiding, right and left rejoice around you, troops of enemies destroying, homage to you strikes the ground with her pommel forbids it, scaling with the letter whom the 7 levels she does conquer, homage happy, virtuous, peaceful, shields filled with peace nirvana, she endowed with them and Soha, destroyer of the great evil, homage to you just around it, tearing first bodies asunder, breathe with home and knowledge mantra, arrangement of the 10 letters, homage to with letter, syllable home. 5 plus 7 shakes the 3 world. Mary Mandarin Vinya. Homage holding in a hand the hammock in a David Lake bone. Witos Tower Ampe. Total leader spelling poison. Homage you, gods and their king. And the king is Duana. Ahmed in all joyful splendor. She dispels bad dreams and conflicts. Homage you, 2 eyes bright with radiance of sun and full moon. Witos Tower and Tutare. She dispels severe contagion. Homage for the liberating, powered by the set of 3 natures, destroys hopes for spirit junctures, and raise corpses supreme to these praises with the root mantras and prostrations Lhasa 21. Venerable Arya, great treasure of compassion, grant your blessings to increase all favorable conditions and to clear away every obstacle that all migrating beings may swiftly enter the city of eternal joy. Venerable Arya, great treasure of compassion, grant your blessings to increase all favorable conditions and to clear away every obstacle that all migratory beings may swiftly enter the city of eternal joy. Venerable Arya, great treasure of compassion, grant your blessings to increase all favorable conditions and to clear away every obstacle that all migratory beings may swiftly enter the city of eternal joy. Second round. Ladang Lamin Chupengi Sabni Pemo Latude Pompa Kunle Josepe Droma Yumla Chatsalo Ladang Lamin Chupengi Sabni Pemo Latude Pompa Kunle Josepe Droma Yumla Chatsalo Ladang Lamin Chupengi Sabni Pemo Latude Pompa Kunle Josepe Dromayam la chasalo, ladang lamin chopengi, sabni pamo la tude, pompa kunle Josepe, Dromayam la chasalo, ladang lamin chopengi, sabni pamo la tude, pompa kunle Josepe, Dromayam la chasalo, ladang lamin chopengi, sabni pamo la tude, Pompa Kunle Josepe, Domayam la Chasalo, Ladang Lamin Chopengi, Zabni Pemo la Tude, Pompa Kunle Josepe, Domayam la Chasalo. Om Maria Tare Sapariwa, Agam Prati Sahum Soha. Om Aryatare Sapariva Padyam Prati Sahum Soha. Om Aryatare Sapariva Pupe Prati Sahum Soha. Om Aryatare Sapariva Dupe Prati Sahum Soha. Om Aryatare Sapariva Aloke Prati Sahum Soha. Om Aryatare Sapariva Gande Prati Sahum Soha. Om Aryatare Sapariva Nude Prati Sahum Soha. Om Aryatare Sapariva Shakta Prati Sahum Soha. Om Aryatare Sapariva Om Ahum. To Aryatara's holy feet I prostrate. I present clouds of every type of offering, actual and imagined. I declare all my negative actions accumulated since beginning this time, and rejoice in the merit of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until the end of cyclic existence and turn the wheel Dharma for living beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of all others to the great enlightenment. Jinkan ua jio om vajra bhumi ahum when sasagezaji Vajrareki Ahum Chi Chari Koi Koe Yusuf Riga Pori Rab Shalupapo Lo Zambolin Lu Balancho Jaminyan Ludan Lupa Nayan Dan Nayan Chen Yoden Lota Chojo Jamin Yangida Shadu Lampo Rinpoche Lokinda Rinpoche Nututa Rinpoche, Jangdu Sumo Rinpoche, Shalom Mampo Rinpoche, Lo Nutu Kolo Rinpoche, Nu Jangdu Nobo Rinpoche, Jangshe Terche Chimpo Bompa Nangi Shadu Nima Nutu Dawa. My own and others' body, speech, and mind, wealth and virtues are the three times, its pure, precious mandala, and a massive amount of Ajah's offerings. I mentally take and offer to my Guru Yidam and the three precious ones. Please accept them through compassion and bestow your inspiration. Sashi Poki Jushimeto Trari Rablinji Nidegen Party Sange Shindu Miteo Yidro Kunamda Jima Chokashu. May my venerable Lama's life be firm, his white divine action spread in the 10 directions. May the torch of the teachings of Lozan always remain, dispelling the darkness of the beings of the three worlds. Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamni Atai Kamni. Sangye Chodam Sogi Chonam La Jangchu Badu Dagni Kapsuchi Dagi Jin Sogi Pedi Dagi Jola Penche Sangye Drupasho Sangye Chodam Sogi Chonam La Jangchu Badu Dagni Kapsuchi Dagi Jin Sogi Pedi Dagi Jola Penche Sangye Drupasho Sangye Chodam Sogi Chonam La Jangchu Badu Dagni Kapsuchi, Dagi Jinsogi Pedi Dagi, Drola Penchis Sange Drupa Shu. Let me and all those who need protection come under the supreme giving gesture of your right hand, as well as the refuge granting gesture that liberates from all fears. Can we do the praises 3 times? Oh, my prostrated noble transcendent liberator, homage tower swift heroic, eyesight lightning instantaneous, sprung from open salmon, Lord of three one see one lotus, homage shoes, face combines 100 ornaments at fullest, blazing with vibration splendid, as a thousand star collection, homage golden blue one lotus, water born in hand adorning, giving effort commissarities, patience meditation her sweet, homage granted to actions triumph without limit, relied on by conquerors children, having reached every perfection, homage filling with Jatara, whom desire direction and space, trampling with the feet the seven worlds, able to draw thoughtful beings, homage worshipped by the old. Chakra Brahma Maru, honored by the host of spirits, cultures Gandhari Shakshas, homage with a train Pesa, destroys by diagram, perfect pressing left out riding, blazing in a raging fireplace, homage to a very dreadful, destroyer Mara's champion, she with frowning lotus visage, who is slayer of all enemies, homage at her heart of fingers, adorn her with 3 mudra, my race masters all excited, all directions will adorn her, homage she so joyous radiant, crown emitting garlands of light, method laughing with Chitari, subjugating Mara's devas, homage she able to summon, all earth guardians assembly, shaking frowning with the horns, saving from every misfortune, homage crowned dome with crescent, moon ornaments my shining, Amitabha in a hand, sending out my sight eternal, homage she wreath ablaze like eon ending fire abiding, right left left door surround you, troops of enemies destroying, homage she strikes the ground with her pommel foot beats it, scowling with the letter home, the 7 levels she does conquer, homage happy, virtuous, peaceful, she is fearless, peace, nirvana, she endowed with love and soul, destroyer of the great evil. Homage you just surrounded, tearing foes bodies asunder, praise with home and knowledge mantra, arrangement of the 10 letters, homage to a sweet letter, of the shape of syllable home, Bible 7 shakes a 3 word, Mary Mandarin Vinya, homage holding in a hand, the hammock window David Lake phone, which was for entire MP, totally dispelling poison, homage to gods and their kings, and the king of Duana, Armadillo joyful splendor, she dispels red dreams and conflicts, homage to life bright with, radiance of sun and full moon, which was her and to Tare, she dispels of big and homage for liberating, Baba set of three natures, destroys hosts of spirit chakras, and raised close to supreme Ture. These praises with the root mantras and prostrations Asa 21. Oh, my prostrated noble transcendent liberator, homage Tara swift heroic, eyes like lightning instantaneous, sprung from open stamens of the Lord of 3 1 2 1 lotus, homage you, face combines 100 ornaments of fullest, blazing with my richest splendid, as a thousand star collection, homage golden blue one lotus, water born in hand adorning, giving effort calm austerities, patience meditation hershey, homage crown of Tathagatas, action triumph without limit, relied on by conquered children, having reached every perfection, homage feeling with Tutare, whom desire direction and space, trampling with the feet the seven worlds, able to draw total beings, homage worshipped by the old Lord, Chakra Amri Brahma Maru, honored by the host of spirits, Kosra's Gandhara's actions, homage with a tray and pesa, destroying first magic diagrams, perfect pressing left uprighted, blazing in a raging fireblaze, homage to a very dreadful, destroyer of Mara's champion, she with frowning lotus visage, who is slayer of all enemies, homage at her harder fingers, adorned with three mudra, light rays masses all excited, all direction wheels adorn her, homage she so joyous radiant, crown emitting garlands of light, both who laughing with Tutare, subjugating Mara's devas, homage she able to summon, all of guardians assembly, shaking frowning with the home side, saving from every misfortune, homage crown adoring crescent, moon ornaments were shining, Amitabha in a hand, sending out my side eternal, homage you with the blaze light, eon ending fire abiding, rocket leopard just surround you, troops of enemies destroying, homage you strikes the ground with, her pommel foot beats it, scaling with the letter home, the 7 levels she does conquer, homage happy virtuous peaceful, shields spirit's peace about. She endowed with Lum and Soha, destroyer of the great evil, homage you joy surrounded, tearing foes bodies asunder, brings with home and knowledge mantra, arrangement of the 10 letters, homage to a witty letter, of the shape of syllable home, 5 foot 7 shakes the 3 worlds, Mary Mandarin Binya, homage holding in a hand the hammock ring of David Lake poem, which was for entire MP, totally dispelling poison, homage to you, gods and their kings, and the king of Suwana, armored in all joyful splendor, she dispels veterans and conflict, homage to you, two eyes bright with radiance of sun and full moon, which were Tara and Tutare, she dispels every contagion, homage for the liberating, Baba is set of three natures, destroys hopes of spiritual actions, and raised close to supreme Ture. These praises with the root mantra and prostrations, Sasa 21. Oh, my prostrated noble transcendent liberator, homage Taurus with heroic, eyes like lightning instantaneous, sprung from open stamens of the Lord of 3 1 2 1 lotus, homage shield face combines 100 ornaments of fullest, blazing with vibration splendid, as a thousand star collection, homage golden blue one lotus, water born in hand adorned, giving effort calm austerities, patience meditation has homage crown of Tathagatas, action triumph without limit, relied on by conquered children, having reached every perfection, homage filling with Tutare, whom desire direction and space, trampling with the feet the 7 worlds, able to draw total being, homage worshipped by the Lords, Chakra Amri Brahma Maru, honored by the host of spirits, Kotrez Gandhara's actions, homage with a tray and pesa, destroys magic diagrams, perfect pressing left uprighting, blazing in a raging fireblaze, homage to a very dreadful, destroyer of Mara's champion, she with browning lotus wheels, who is slayer of all enemies, homage at her heart of fingers, adorn her with 3 mudra, light rays masses all excited, all directions wheels adorn her, homage she's so joyous radiant, crown emitting garlands of light, Murphy laughing with Chitari, subjugating Mara's devas, homage able to summon all his guardians assembly, shaking frowning with a homicide, saving from every misfortune, homage crowned double crescent, moon on limits for shining, Amitabha in a hand knot, sending out my side eternal, homage you, wreath ablaze like, eon ending fire body, rush with left choice around you, troops of enemies destroying, homage you strikes the ground with, her powerful beats it, scaling with the letter whom the seven levels she does conquer, homage happy virtuous peaceful, she is filled with peace nirvana, she endowed with Lama and Soha, destroyer of the great evil, homage she you just surrounded, tearing first bodies asunder, reads with home and knowledge mantra, arrangement of the 10 letters, homage to a with C letter, of the shape of syllable home, by perception shakes the 3 words, Mary Mandarin Binya, homage holding in a hand the Emma Moon made relate from, which was for Kantara and Pei, total leader spelling point. Homage to you, gods and their kings, and the king of Rasuana, armored in all joyful splendor, she dispels my dreams and complex. Homage to you, to eyes bright with radiance of sun and full moon, which are Tara and Tutare, she dispels every contagion. Homage for the liberating, powered by set of 3 natures, destroys hopes of spiritual, and raises corpse of supreme Ture. These praises with the root mantras and prostrations, thus 21. Venerable Arya, great treasurer and compassion, grant your blessings to increase all favorable conditions and to clear away every obstacle that all migratory beings may swiftly enter the city of eternal joy. Venerable Arya, great treasurer of compassion, grant your blessings to increase all favorable conditions and to clear away every obstacle that all migratory beings may swiftly enter the city of eternal joy. Venerable Arya, great treasure of compassion, grant your blessings to increase all favorable conditions and to clear away every obstacle that all migratory beings may swiftly enter the city of eternal. I know, that's okay. Should I read the dedication list while we're waiting? Okay, I'll read the dedication list. Special dedications for the new Gompa and Center Development Project to come to fruition in accordance with Geshe Pulso Sultran's vast vision that it may benefit endless sentient beings. Also, harmony and prosperity for CI and CNC, success of all grant applications made by CI, and for Caro's visa application to be successful. May His Holiness the Dalai Lama have a long and healthy life. May all his work for the Tibetan people and peace throughout the world have great success. May all his students and followers be harmonious and gain great realizations. May all his holy wishes be effortlessly and spontaneously fulfilled. Please pray and dedicate for Lama Zopa Rinpoche to be reborn as quickly as possible in a place where he can be very quickly recognized and be of most benefit to all sentient beings. May Tenzin Osulhita have a long and stable life. May all his wishes be fulfilled and may all his projects be successful. May Khenso Rinpoche, Geshe Tashi Sering, Geshe Losam Jangnan, Geshe Punsong Sutram, and all our precious teachers have good health, success, and long life. May we always meet with such infinitely kind teachers who inspire us to enter the Mahayana path and teach us the methods to attain enlightenment. May all obstacles to the building of the Maitreya statue be instantly removed. May this great statue be accomplished quickly according to the holy wishes of Lama Yeshe and Kabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche. May all those who rely upon and have made specific requests to Kabje Lama Zopa Rinpoche be free of all obstacles to having a long and healthy life. May they be able to achieve all the realizations of the path in this lifetime, and may all their activities please the Guru. In all their lives, may they be guided by qualified Mahayana virtuous friends, and may all their Dharma wishes succeed immediately. May all the students and friends who work so hard for FPMT in the service of the Dharma, to who sacrifice their lives for Buddha's teachings and to relieve the suffering of sentient beings, have long and healthy lives, and may they realize the path to enlightenment as quickly as possible. May all the sponsors and benefactors of Chenrezig Institute have, especially the 1,000 armed Chenrezig members and their families, have long and healthy lives and realize all their Dharma wishes quickly. May the Gubbi people on whose country Chenrezig Institute sits have healthy and happy lives lives. We pay our respect to their elders, both past, present, and emerging. Please pray that the following people are reborn in a pure land or take a perfect human rebirth, meet with perfectly qualified Mahayana gurus and Mahayana teachers, and quickly become enlightened. All those killed due to war, terrorism, or natural disaster, and all who met an untimely death. All those who have died from COVID-19, all those who have died in the war between Russia and the Ukraine. Len Cesare, MS Wang Chung Yung, Gesina Lydia de Rocha Vieira, Senda Surin Buju, Yuan de Vincent Luna, Jacques Nouvel, Barbara Robson, O Mu Chu, Yuk Chung Lee, James O'Neill, Peter Wells, Jerry Lo Lowry, Rob Mahan, K. Kyung Wang, Father Bob McQuire, Q Yong Ling, Moonbing Ashkaru K-pop, Colin Faulkner, Steve Angus, Shaki Gala Agarwal, John Webber, Leo Fan Yen, Barry Humphries, Sun Jujab Merjan Bata, Montserrat Vera Purundina, Mei Hyun Wei, Rosabelle Mazzolini, Julian Adamoli, Joshua Michaels, Madam Kun Yang Kien, George Jim Blackwell, John Firminger, Ravindra Toa, Grace Farley, Jock Sonofino, Lee Dechen, Chela Lun, Dorothy Jean Parkin, Ramiro da Costa Lopez, Nyong Ti Trong, Merv Maska, Huang Po He, Arunas Antilatis, Francis O'Loughlin, Eric Bocha, Sebastian de Klerk, Carl Edwards Morissetti, Mei Lung Jung, Panafilo Castadi, Nyung Ming Chu, Nyung Ming Yong, Brian Aldag, Chris Wynn, Gok Ah Chin, Amy Collins, Carl Medlow, Stephen, who is Annie Conchok's son, Els Maja Wittermans, Barry Beck, and Randy Woolley. Please also pray for a perfect human rebirth for the following animals. All those killed due to gardening, cleaning, or other activities at the centre: Joanna the cat, Boris in the Harmony Hut, Baby Possum, Addison, Steer at Ulo, Winnie the dog, Lily the dog, and Marble the dog. We make prayers for the deities of the elements and for the following people with health or life obstacles: Kensa Rimshay Geshitashi Sering, Kay Minor, Venerable Nawan Tupton, Annie Fran, Venerable Tupton Pema, and Venerable Tenzin Pallion. All those affected by COVID-19, all those affected between the war between Russia and Ukraine, all asylum seekers in detention, all being cared for by Karina and Chittamani hospices. John McRae, Christina Russo, Renate Olgovli, Clarice Enrique Lochik, Tanya Duratovic, JC Keeley, Rose Linwood, Atlanta Miles, Sienna Miles, Christine Malloy, Lisa Kouros, Julie Lane, Savio Lucas, Wayne Prentice, Gary and Max, Barry and Dan, Linda Ward, Grace McDougall, Yvette Loletti and family, Barbara and Barry, just Barbara Beck, Jerry Goffer, Anita Gregory, Diana Sakura, Jean Kouros, Sue Gregg and Karen Duffy, Adele Lorigan, Hannah Bignon, Diana Gee, Sue Ellen, Vivian Vickery, Skylar Elizabeth Bartz, Jane Coughlin, Jane Disser, Hazel Rosenberg, Linda Rosenberg, Mary Palmer, Clint Palmer, Ataneta, Amanda Nutt, Nicole Harradine, Ruby Carme, Mina Andrews, Mick Eastwood, Josette Shaw, Fiona Finlayson, Kylie Fraser, and Luke Jenna Pulik. Also make prayers for following animals who are unwell: all animals in Australia Zoo Wildlife Hospital, all animals facing slaughter, exportation, and exploitation, all animals caught in bushfires, flood, and drought. Obey the dog, Cleo the cat, and Zach the dog. May the hearts of people throughout the world be filled with tolerance, understanding, and compassion for each other. May the leaders of nations recall their responsibility for the well-being of their citizens, ensuring that their actions are guided by wisdom, courage, and compassion. May all those who are experiencing pain, fear, and devastation as a result of war, terrorism, or natural disasters be instantly relieved of their sufferings. And we pray that peace, happiness, and harmony prevail throughout the 10 directions where all sentient beings dwell. We'll now bless the tribe for the Buddhas and gurus. We use the verse on page 173 in the Silver Book, and the last three syllables are Cho Ba Bul instead of Cha Sal O. So Ahum, 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 Ladang Lamin Chopangi, Zabni Pamo Latude, Pompa Kunle Josepe, Doma Yumla Chababu. Okay, so we'll get on to the third round now. Ladang lamin chopangi zabni pamola tude pompa kunle Josepe Droma yumla chasalo Ladang lamin chopangi zabni pamola tude pompa kunle Josepe Droma yumla chasalo Ladang lamin chopangi zabni pamola tude Pompa kunle Josepe, Droma yumla chatsalo, Ladang lamin chapangi, Sabni pemo la tude, Pompa kunle Josepe, Droma yumla chatsalo, Ladang lamin chapangi, Sabni pemo la tude, Pompa kunle Josepe, Droma yumla chatsalo, Ladang lamin chopangi, Zabni pamo latude, Pompa kunle Josepe, Droma yamla chasalo, Ladang lamin chopangi, Zabni pamo latude, Pompa kunle Josepe, Droma yamla chasalo. Om Maria Tare Sapariva Agam Prati Sahum Soha Om Maria Tare Sapariva Padam Prati Sahum Soha Om Maria Tare Sapariva Pupe Prati Sahum Soha Om Maria Tare Sapariva Dupe Prati Sahum Soha Om Maria Tare Sapariva Alake Prati Sahum Soha Om Maria Tare Sapariva Gande Prati Sahum Soha Om Maria Tare Sapariva Nude Prati Sahum Soha Om Maria Tare Sapariva Shabda Prati Sahum Soha Om Arya Tare Sapariva Om Ahum. To Aryatara's holy feet I prostrate. I present clouds of every type of offering, actual and imagined. I declare all my negative actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in the merit of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until the end of cyclic existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for living beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of all others to the great enlightenment. Shinkang ua shu om bhadra bhumi ahum wensa seki zaji om bhadra reki ahum chi chari koi kikoe yuso riga puri rab shalupa polo zambuli nubalancho dran draminyan ludang lupa nayan dan nayan chen Yoden Lada Chojo Dramin Yenga Dramin Yengida Shadu Lampo Rinpoche Lokinda Rinpoche Nututa Rinpoche Jangdu Sumo Rinpoche Shalom Mampo Rinpoche Lo Nutu Kolo Rinpoche Nu Jangdu Nobo Rinpoche Jangche Teche Jempo Bumpa Nangi Shadu Nima Nutudawa. My own and others' body, speech, and mind, wealth and virtues are the three times this pure, precious mandala and a massless amount of Bajra's offering. I mentally take and offer to my Guru Yidam and the three precious ones. Please accept them through compassion and bestow your inspiration. Saji Poki Jushin Meto Tra Rablinchi Ni Degen Padi Sange Shindu Mi Te Uwa Yi Jingla Chopa Cho. Please bless myself and others to accomplish all our purposes in accordance with the Dharma just as we wish, and to pacify immediately the group of hindrances such as sicknesses, harm by spirits, and other obstacles. Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamniyataya Mi. Sangye chodam sogi chonam la jangchu badu dagni kapsuchi dagi jin sogi pedi dagi drola penche sangye tupashu sangye chodam sogi chonam la jangchu badu dagni kapsuchi dagi jin sogi pedi dagi drola penche sangye tupashu sangye chodam sogi chonam la Jiangchu Badu Dagni Kapsuchi Dagi Jinsogi Pedi Dagi Drola Penche Sange Drupashu. From her exalted body a stream of nectar flows and enters the crown of the beneficiary and myself, completely filling our bodies and granting all blessings. Okay, so we do the praises 7 times. I prostrate to noble transcendent liberator. Homage Taurus with heroic, eyesight lightning instantaneous, sprung from open stamens of the Lord of Three-Born Lotus. Homage to you, face combines 100 ornaments of fullness, blazing with vibration splendor, as a thousand star collection. Homage golden blue on lotus, water born in hand adorning, giving epic calm austerity, patience, meditation, herstory. Homage crown of Tathagatas, action triumph without limit, relied on by conquer's children, having reached every perfection, homage filling with Tutare, whom desire direction and space, trampling with the feet the seven worlds, able to draw total beings, homage worshipped by the All Lord, Chakra Amribama Maru, honored by the host of spirits, cosmetics Gandhara actions, homage with a tray and pesa, destroying foes magic diagram, perfect pressing left out riding, blazing in a raging fireblaze, homage to a very dreadful, destroyer of Mara's champion, she with browning lotus visage, who is slayer of all enemies, homage at her heart of fingers, adorn her three mudra, light rays masses all excited, all directions wheels adorn her, homage she's so joyous radiant, crown emitting garlands of light, earthly laughing with Jutare, subjugating Mara's devas, homage she able to summon, all her guardians assembly, shaking crowning with a humsa, saving from every misfortune. Homage crown adorned with present, moon on the midst for shining, Amitabha in her hand, not sending Amatrat eternal. Homage to you, breathe a blaze like Eon ending fire abiding. Rakshas left best joy surround you, troops of enemies destroying. Homage to you strikes the ground with her pommel foot beats it, scaling with the letter home the 7 levels she does conquer. Homage happy, virtuous, peaceful. She is filled with peace nirvana. She endowed with Om Soha, destroyer of the great evil. Homage to you, joy surrounded, tearing post bodies asunder. Priest with home and knowledge mantra, arrangement of 10 letters. Homage to a witsy letter of the shape of syllable home. 5 foot 7 shakes the 3 well. Mary Mandaram Vinya. Homage holding in a hand the hammock wind of Deva Lake Phone. Which was for Kantara Ampe. Totally dispelling poison. Homage to you, gods of the kings, and the king of Rasuana. Amadon, joyful splendor. She dispels my dreams and conflict. True eyes bright with radiance of sun and full moon, which was Tara and Tutare. She dispels severe contagion. Homage for the liberating. Papa said of 3 natures, destroys hosts of spiritual actions, and raise courses supreme Ture. These phrases with the mentions and prostrations thus are 21. All my prostrated noble transcendent liberator. Homage Tara swift heroic. Eyes like lightning instantaneous. Sprung from open stamens of the Lord of Three-Born Lotus, homage to his face combines 100 ornaments of fullness, blazing with my race expanded, as a thousand star collection, homage golden blue on lotus, water born in hand adorning, giving ever calm austerity, patience, meditation, herstory, homage crowned Tathagata, action triumph without limit, relied on by conquer's children, having reached every perfection, homage filling with Jutare, whom desire direction and space, trampling with the feet the 7 will able to draw total beings, homage worshipped by the All Lord, Chakra Amri Brahma Maru, honored by the host of spirits, cultivates Gandhara's action, homage with a train pace and destroying first magic diagram, over pressing left up riding, blazing in a raging fireplace, homage to a very dreadful, destroyer of Mara's champion, she with frowning lotus fears, who is slayer of all enemies, homage at her heart of fingers, adorn her with three mudra, light race masters all excited, all directions will adorn her, homage she's a joyous radiant, crown emitting gallons of light, Mostly laughing with Tatari, subjugating Mara's devas, homage she able to summon all the guardians assembly, shaking frowning with the humsa, saving from every misfortune, homage crowned adorned with crescent, moon ornaments most shining, Amitabha in a hair knot, standing out my side eternal, homage she with the blaze light, eon ending fire abiding, right with left joy surround you, troops of enemies destroying, homage she strikes the ground with her pommel foot beats it, scaling with the letter home, the seven levels she does conquer. Homage happy, virtuous, peaceful. She is feels peace nirvana. She endowed with Soha, destroyer of the great evil. Homage she rejoices around it, tearing first bodies asunder. Breathes with home and knowledge mantra. Arrangement of the 10 letters. Homage Shuri with C letter. Of the shape of syllable home. 5 for 7 shakes of 3. Mary Amanda and Vinya. Homage holding in a hand the hammock window David Lakeful, which was for entire MP, total leader swelling homage to gods and their kings, and the king Aristuana, armored in all joyful splendor, she dispels veterans and conflict, homage to eyes bright with radiance of sun and booming, which was Tara and Tutare, she dispels sweet contagion liberating. Papa said three natures, destroys hopes of spiritual actions, and raise closer to Ventura. These praises with the root mantras and prostrations, that's our 21. Oh, my prostrated noble transcendent liberator, homage Taurus with heroic, eyes like lightning instantaneous, sprung from open stamens of the Lord of 3121 Lotus, homage you, face combines, 100 order moons of fullness, blazing with vibration splendor, as a thousand star collection, homage golden blue on lotus, water born in hand adorning, giving ever commissary. Patience, meditation, hurts homage crown of Tathagata, action triumph without limit, relied on by conquest children, having reached every perfection, homage filling with Tutare, whom desire direction and space, trampling with the feet the seven worlds, able to draw thoughtful beings, homage worshipped by the All Lord, Chakra Ami Brahma Maru, honored by the host of spirits, Kotreza Gandhara Jakshas, homage with a train pacer, destroyers magic diagram, perfect pressing left up riding, blazing in a raging fireplace, homage to a very dreadful, destroyer of Mara's champion, she with frowning lotus visage, who is slayer of all enemies, homage at her heart of being, adorn her with three mudra, light rays masters all excited, all directions wills adorn her, homage she so joyous radiant, crown emitting gallons of light, method laughing with Chitari, subjugating Mara's devas, homage she able to summon, all the guardians assemblies, shaking frowning with the humsa, saving from every misfortune, homage crown adorned with crescent, moon ornaments were shining, Amitabha in a hair knot, sending out my side eternal, homage you with a blaze light, eon ending fire abiding, right and left of joy surround you, troops of enemies destroying, homage you strikes the ground with her powerful beads it, scaling with the letter home the seven levels she does conquer, homage happy virtuous peaceful, she is fearless peace nirvana, she endowed with Lama Soha, destroyer of the great evil, homage you joy surrounded, tearing first bodies asunder, breathes with home and knowledge mantra, arrangement of the 10 letters, homage to a would see letter, of the shape of syllable home, 5 for 7 shakes of 3 one, Mary Mandara and Vinya, homage holding in a hand the hammock mina David Lakeful, which was for Kantar MP, total leader swelling voice. Homage to you, gods and their king, and the king Aristuana, armored in all joyful splendor, she dispels veterans and conflicts. Homage to you, two eyes bright with radiance of sun and full moon, which was taken into Tara, she dispels severe contagion. Homage for the liberating, Papa set of three natures, destroys hopes of spiritual action, and raise courses to Ventura. These praises with the root mantra and prostrations outside 20. All my prostrate to noble transcendent liberator. Homage Taurus with heroic. Eyes not lacking instantaneous. Sprung from open stamens of the Lord of 3.21 Lotus. Homage to face combines 100 ornaments of fullest. Blazing with vibration splendor. As a thousand star collection. Homage golden blue on lotus. Water born in hand adorned. Giving effort calm austerity. Patience meditation herstory. Homage crown of Tathagata. Action triumph without limit relied on by conquered children, having reached every perfection, homage filling with Tutare, whom desire direction and space, trampling with the feet the seven will, able to joyful being, homage worshipped by the All Lord, Chakra Amri Brahma Maru, honored by the host of spirits, cosmetics Gandhari Yakshas, homage with a tray and pay sound, destroying post magic dark. Perfect pressing left upright, blazing in a raging fireplace. Homage to a very dreadful, destroyer of Mara's champion. She with frowning lotus visage, who is slayer of all enemies. Homage at her heart of fingers, adorn her with three mudra. Light rays masters all excited, all directions wills adorn her. Homage she so joyous, radiant, crown emitting gowns of light, earth laughing with Tutare, subjugating Mara's devas. Homage she able to summon all the guardians assembly, shaking crowning with a home side, saving from every misfortune. Homage crown adorned with crescent, moon ornaments for shining, and Matabra in a hand, sending out my side eternal. Homage she breathe a blaze like eon ending fire abiding, right and left and joy surround you, troops of enemies destroying. Homage she strikes the ground with her powerful beats it, scaling with the letter whom the seven levels she does conquer. Homage happy, virtuous, peaceful, shields, fields, peace, nirvana. She endowed with woman so hard, destroyer of the great evil. Homage you, dress around and tearing post bodies asunder. Priest with home and knowledge mantra, arrangement of the 10 letters. Homage to Ray would see letter of the shape of syllable home. 5 foot stamping shakes the three words. Mary Manda and Binya. Homage holding in a hand the hammock in a David Lake form. Which was for Kantara MP. Totally dispelling poison. Homage to you, gods and their kings, and the king of Rasuana. Ahmed in all joyful splendor, she dispels red dreams and conflicts. Homage to you, two eyes bright with radiance of sun and full moon. With her tire and Tatara, she dispels to be contagion. Homage for the liberating, powered by the set of three natures, destroys hosts of spirit yakshas, and raise course of supreme Ture. These praises with the root mantras and prostrations thus are 21. Oh, my prostrate to noble transcendent liberator, homage Taurus with heroic, eyesight lightning instantaneous, sprung from open stamens of the Lord of 3.21 Lotus, homage whose face combines 100 ornaments of fullest, blazing with vibration splendor, as a thousand star collection, homage golden blue on lotus, water born in hand adorned, giving effort calm austerities, patience meditation hers, homage crown of Tathagata, action triumph without limit, relied on by conquered children, having reached every perfection. Homage filling with Tutare, whom desire direction and space, trampling with the feet the seven will, able to joyful being. Homage worshipped by the All Lord, Chakra Amri Brahma Maru, honored by the host of spirits, cosmetics Gandhari Yakshas, homage with a train Pesa, destroying first magic diagram, perfect pressing left out riding, blazing in a raging fireplace, homage to a very dreadful, destroyer Mara's champion, she with frowning lotus visage, who is slayer of all enemies. Homage had her heart of fingers, adorn her with three mudra. Light race masters all excited, all directions wills adorn her. Homage she so joyous, radiant, crown emitting gardens of light, both were laughing with Tutare, subjugating Mara's devas. Homage she able to summon all the guardians assemblies, shaking frowning with the humsa, saving from every misfortune. Homage crown adorned with crescent, moon ornaments were shining, Amitabha in a hand, sending out my side eternal. Homage to you, wreath ablaze like eon ending fire abiding. Righteous left rejoice around you, troops of enemies destroying. Homage to you, strikes the ground with her pummel who beats it, scaling with the letter whom the seven levels she does conquer. Homage happy, virtuous, peaceful, shields, fearless, peace, nirvana. She endowed with woman soul, destroyer of the great evil. Homage to you, joyous around tearing first bodies asunder, praise with whom and knowledge mantra, arrangement of the 10 letters, homage to a whisky letter, of the shape of syllable, Bifid Sammy shakes the 3 word, Mary Mander and Binya, homage holding in a hand, the hammock moon of David Lake bone, which was for Kantara and Pay, total leader spelling poison, homage to you, gods of their kings, and the king of Risuana, Amadino, joyful splendor, she dispels red dreams and conflicts, homage to you, 2 eyes bright with radiance, the sun and full moon, which was for Antitara, she dispels of the contagion full liberating. Rabbi said of 3 natures, destroys hopes of spiritual actions, and raise corpses superinturing. These phrases with the root mantras and prostrations, thus are 21. Oh, my prostrated noble transcendent liberator, homage Tara swift heroic, eyes like lightning instantaneous, sprung from open stamens of the Lord of 3 1 lotus, homage to his face combines 100 autumn moons at fullest, blazing with vibration splendid, as a thousand-star collection. Homage golden blue on lotus, water-born in hand adorning, giving effort calm austerities, patience, meditation, hurts. Homage crown of Tathagata, action triumph without limit, relied on by conquered children, having reached every perfection. Homage filling with Tatari, whom desire direction and space, trampling with the feet the 7 will, able to joyful for being. Homage worshipped by the All Lord, Chakra Aribam Maru, honored by the host of spirits, Kotres Gandhari's actions, homage with a tray and pesa, destroying first magic diagrams, perfect pressing left at riding, blazing in a raging fireplace, homage to a very dreadful, destroyer of Mara's champion, she with frowning lotus music, who is slayer of all enemies, homage at a heart of fingers, adorn her with 3 mudra, light rays masters all excited, all directions will adorn her, homage she so joyous radiant, crown of meeting gallons of light, method laughing with Tatara, subjugating Mara's devas, homage she able to summon, all its guardians assembly, shaking frowning with the home sign, saving from every misfortune. Homage crown adorned with crescent, moon ornaments were shining, Amitabha in a hand, not sending out my child eternal. Homage you, wreath ablaze like Ian ending fire body, Ratchet left doors around you, troops of enemies destroying. Homage you strikes the ground with her powerful beats it, scaling with the letter whom the 7 levels she has conquered. Homage, happy, righteous, peaceful. She is filled with peace nirvana. She endowed with love and soul, destroyer of the great evil. Homage, she rejoiced around it, tearing first bodies asunder. Peace with home and knowledge mantra. Arrangement of the 10 letters. Homage to reach the letter of the shape of syllable home. 5 4 7 shakes the 3 will. Mary Manda and Vinya. Homage holding in a hand the hammock winner David Lakeville, which was for Kantara and Pay. Total leader spelling poison. Homage to gods of their king and the king of Restuana. Ahmadino joyful splendor. She dispels veterans and conflicts. Homage to 2 eyes bright with radiance, the sun and full moon, which was her and Tutare. She dispels severe contagion. Homage for the liberating. Papa is head of 3 natures. Destroys hosts and spirit junk and race close to these praises with great match and prostrations also 21. Oh, my prostrated noble transcendent liberator, homage shower swift heroic, eyes like lightning instantaneous, sprung from open stamens of the Lord of 3 1 lotus, homage to you, face combines 100 ornaments at fullest, blazing with outrageous splendor, as a 1,000-star collection, homage golden blue on lotus, water born in hand adorning, giving effort calm austerities, patience, meditation, hersely, homage crown of Tathagatas, action triumph without limit, relied on by conquered children, having reached every perfection, homage feeling with Chitare, whom desire direction and space, trampling with the feet the 7 will, able to joyful being, homage worshipped by the All Lord, Chakra Amri Brahma Maru, honored by the host of spirits, Kotres Gandhari's actions, homage with a tray and pesa, destroying first magic diagram, perfect pressing left at riding, blazing in a raging fireplace, homage to a very dreadful, destroyer of Mara's champion, she with crowning lotus visage, who is slayer of all enemies, homage at her heart of fingers, adorn her with 3 mudra, light race masters all excited, all directions wheels adorn, homage she so joyous radiant, crown of meeting gallons of light, method laughing with Tatara, subjugating Mara's devas, homage she able to summon, all the guardians assemblies, shaking frowning with the homicide, saving from every misfortune. Homage crown adorned with crescent, moon ornaments by shining, Amitabha in a hair knot, sending out outside eternal. Homage to you, wreath of blaze light, Eon and the fire abiding, right to left, left choice around you, troops of enemies destroying. Homage to you, strikes the ground with her powerful foot beats it, scaling with the letter whom the seven levels she does conquer. Homage, happy, virtuous, peaceful. She does feel peace nirvana. She endowed with Om and Soha, destroyer of the great evil. Homage, she enjoys surrounded, tearing first bodies asunder. Praise with home and knowledge mantra. Arrangement of the 10 letters. Homage to a witty letter of the shape of syllable home. Bible 7 shakes of 3 words. Mary Mandarin Vinya. Homage holding in a hand the hammock in a Deva Lake Ball, which has spoken entire MP, totally dispelling poison. Homage to you, gods and their kings, and their kin Arisuana. Ahmed in all joyful splendor. She dispels veterans and conflict. Homage to you, two eyes bright with radiance of sun and full moon. Vishwakara and Tutare. She dispels severe contagion. Homage to the liberating. Papa said of three natures. Destroys hosts of spiritual actions. And raise corpses supreme to these praises with the root mantras and prostrations. Asa 21. Whoever is endowed with devotion for the goddess and recites this with supreme faith, remembering it at dawn upon waking and in the evenings, will be granted all fearlessness, will perfectly pacify all negativities, and will eliminate all unfortunate migrations. The multitude of conquerors will quickly grant initiation. Thus endowed with this greatness, one will eventually reach the state of a Buddha. If affected by the most terrible poison, whether ingested, drunk, or from a living being, just by remembering, one will be thoroughly cleansed. If this prayer is recited 2, 3, or 7 times, it will pacify all the sufferings of torments caused by spirits, fevers, and poisons, and by other beings as well. If you wish for a child, you will get a child. If you wish for wealth, you will receive wealth. All your wishes will be fulfilled, and all obstacles pacified. Offering the Toma. Om Vajra Amrita Kundalini Hana Hana Hum Pe. Om Savavashuddha Savadhamma Savavashuddha Hum. Everything becomes emptiness only. While it is empty from Yam appears wind, from Ram by, from Ah a transcendental wisdom skull cup vast and big. In it, from the melting of the 5 mints and 5 nectars comes a huge ocean of transcendental wisdom nectar. Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Om Ahum. The Guru and host of deities of Venerable Aryatara partake of the Toma by drawing it up through the light straw of their Vajra tongues. Om Aryatara Sapari Vari Idam Bulimta Kakakai Kai. Om Aryatara Sapari Vari Idam Bulimta Kakakai Kai. Om Aryatara Sapari Vari Idam Bulimta Kakakai Kai. Om Aryatara Sapai Vari Agam Padyam Pupe Dupe Alake Gande Nude Shabda Pratisahum Soha Om Aryatara Sapai Vari Om Ahum Ladang Lamin Chapangi Zabni Pamola Tude Pampa Kunle Josema Jomayum La Chatsalo.
Turn back to page 185. We'll bless the tea. Om Vajra Amrita Kundali Hana Hana Humpe. Om Sababa Shuddha Sabadama Sababa Shuddha Tompani Duyu Tompe Namle Amle Lu Ramle Me Ala Yeshi Kika Pala Yangshin Gacha We Nandu Shana Lucina Joelle Joe Yechi Kido Sogo Sojin Poyu Om Ahum Om Ahum Om Ahum. Page 300 in the Gold Retreat Prayer Book. Hori Kuntada Lama Lozentu Doje Chan Tenzin Gatsuso Sayu Lama Rinchen Chosumla Data to say Doa de Bugi Jen Son de Nudulunjun So Jampa Po Doje Ji Jenda Heruka sonama gudeji, Yidam kyukola sotam chela, Tete tu si do adibugi, Shenam sonde nudu lundrunso, Rampa samgi lenke dewacho, Soze de chundo je pamaso, Natsum pavo kadrotam chela, Tete tu si do adibugi, Shenam sonde nudu lundrunso, Rampa samgi si ji la jo, Soa te penurudam cheso, tapasangi sisu sirino, idem pema anche la sola, te tu si do adibuki, chenem son te ne de lendrenso, ne se gampo don chancho kiga, maso gama namanto pese, ompo shashi koso chanamla, te tu si do adibuki, chenem son te ne de lendrenso, Galen donku malu shuene, Galpo chimpa no manto pese, Node no shin lalu kochela, Dugu sewa sekin chupadi, Bolo chodu chodu nodu so, Serin china tama chunisho, Naji si pelalu shidana, Galpo kuna koso chapada, Lasin deke dranyon tam chela, Detu tu si duadi buki, Janam sonde nudu lundrunso, Kaipa dojo lava jidanam, Tantu sun component jepai, Pela yula jalanam, Etu tu si do adibugi, Janam sonde nudu lundrunso, Maguri ju sim chentam cheta, No she dogo ninche nirwala, Etu tu si sekem dijene, Tunalan chu malu daguchi, Dona nanchi si pe lama si, Tige drinyan chimpa malupa, Kaipa yudi la lu shidan la, De tu si do adibugi, Jenem son de nudu lundun so, No wo simon de son ye shiki, Namro daya masa me padi, So shene gadru shadatan, Mina si te ke petrin so, Te shi la me kusa tampada, Gerun te den cinco pel, Joso te geru suman, Lab so la lu lan tu te den so, Dazo te den cinco pel wachi, Te dre shi nam ki sempado, Shi te sempa drusi drupado, Ne don't ge so baru chopish, Ne wa jingi lab tu so. Back to page 186 in the silver book.
Yeah, at the bottom of the page, 186. Venerable Arya and your retinue, please bless me with the affection of your non-referential compassion, so I may be able to fulfill all my wishes without obstacles. Let the teachings and practice of the victorious ones in general, and the doctrine of Lausanne in particular, spread to the 10 directions. Let the Sangha who uphold the doctrine be harmonious, and may their enlightened activities increase. Please pacify conflicts, famine, and sickness in this country. Increase the Dharma and good fortune, expand the power of Dharma rules, and grant happiness to the central and border areas. Please protect us from temporary and ultimate fears, such as the 8 and 16 great fears, spirits, plagues, nightmares, and bad omens, as well as the sufferings of samsara, the unfortunate states, and so forth. May life, prosperity, and merits increase. May all negative thoughts be pacified. Please grant your blessings that realization of the 3 principles of the path and the 2 stages may be quickly be completed. From now until the essence of enlightenment, I have no other refuge than you. Bless me and care for me as a mother does for her only child. Om Padma Sattva Samaya Manu Palaya Padma Sattva Teno Patita Ido Me Baba Sutashaya Me Baba Supashaya Me Baba Anarakta Me Baba Sabha Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sabha Kama Sutra Me Chitam Shre Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sabha Tata Gata Padma Mama Mudra Padma Baba Maha Samaya Sabha Ahum Pe. With all my actions performed here, with whatever I could not find or was not able to do, please be patient. Please also be patient with the rituals I have performed incorrectly or with omissions. For the benefit of migratory beings, please abide in this image, granting wealth, highest goodness, and long life free from sickness. Om Supratisha Vajraya Soha. Through the merits of these virtuous actions, may I quickly attain the state of Aryatara and lead all living beings without exception into that enlightened state. Like a wish-fulfilling tree and a fortune-jeweled vase, you are the wish-fulfilling treasure, granting all desires and fulfilling all hopes. O conquerors, Mother Tara, and all conquerors with your children, take care of me and grant me the auspicious signs of increasing virtue. Okay, so we go to page 321 in the Gold Book, and we have handy our little ad prayer book for the swift return of Lama Zopa Rinpoche. So we just have that ready on page 5. Okay. Jangchu Semcho Rinpoche, Ma Ke Panam Gege Chi, Ke Panam Pa Me Pa Yi, Gone Gondu Pelwa Shu. Jig Tan Kam Dear Pende Malupa Gang Le Shun Wei Sam Pe Yi Jin No Kadrin Sume Tenzin Gatso Chu Kusei Tenchi Zhuzhe Lundru Shu Tong Ni Nin Jie Zudu Zhu Pei Lam Che Che Sao Zhe Gang Chen Chen Dro Gong Chana Pemo Tenzin Gatsula Soa Depso Shendulun Drushu. Okay, so a prayer for the swift return of Lama Zopa Rinpoche by His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama, Tenzin Gyatso. Peerless teacher and assembly of the children of the victorious one, Shravakas and Pradika Buddhas, victorious Losam father and sons, along with the lineage masters, all the objects of refuge of infinite lands, please bestow the virtue and goodness of accomplishing this prayer here and now. Holding and spreading the Muni's precious and complete teachings, through explanation and practice, you wore the armor of patience that is never discouraged. Incomparable venerable Guru, to you I make request. While striving single-pointedly for the sake of the victorious one's teachings, the sole gateway through which all benefit and happiness emerge, and for mother living beings, you suddenly depart to peace. What a great loss. Nevertheless, through the undeceiving truth of the blessings of the ocean of the sacred jewels and the great waves of bodhicitta of the children of the victorious ones, may the smile of a reincarnation swiftly beam in glory for fortunate disciples. And then on page 9, A Lamenting Wail by Kajapa. Guru, think of me. Guru, consider me. Gracious Guru, care for me. Guru, most gracious and kind, do not deprive us of your compassionate refuge. Listen and consider this heartfelt prayer made by a tormented disciple. Guru, you embody the blessings of the Buddhas of the 3 times. You may rest in great bliss, equipoised in the dhatu of unimpeded luminosity, yet the playful dance of your loving compassion can emanate in myriad ways. The swift appearance of your magical wisdom, the Rupakaya. The time has come for you to care for us once again with your affectionate compassion. I invoke you, I call upon you, I implore you on behalf of all beings, arise, arise, arise from the Dharmakaya. Do not rest in Katara or other pure celestial realms. Rather, to benefit the Buddha teaching and all living beings, swiftly return to this southern continent to spread the Buddha Dharma of study and realization. Quickly return to guide us poor, wretched beings, such as the desperate cry of us, your disciples. Return so that we may actually behold your presence, receive the blessings of your enlightened body, speech, and mind. All violation, errors, mistakes, and broken samaya that we have made in relation to your spontaneously present awakened body, speech, mind, and activity through our being baffled and confused and conceiving things in erroneous ways, we confess within the luminous emptiness of your 3 kayas. Of everything auspicious, the supreme auspiciousness, may there be the auspiciousness of emptiness and compassion, conjoined with the auspiciousness of a timely meeting between master and disciples. Through the force of the truth of unchanging suchness, may the unmistaken incarnation return quickly. This lament was made by me, a Dakini, with pure faith, her eyes filled with tears of sorrow. May these wishes of a beggar woman be fulfilled through the blessings of the deities of the three roots. Perception, its object, its action, perceiving all dissolve within the expanse, blissful clarity of suchness. Okay, so we go back to page 323. Due to all the past, present, and future merits collected by me and all the merits of the 3 times collected by numberless Buddhas and numberless sentient beings, which are completely empty, existing from their own side. May I have completely empty, existing from my own side. Achieve the state of full enlightenment, which is completely empty, existing from its own side. And lead all sentient beings who are completely empty, existing from their own side, to that enlightened state, which is completely empty, existing from its own side. By myself alone, was completely empty, existing from my own side. I fully dedicate all these virtues to be able to train just like the hero Manjushri, who knows reality, and just like Samantabhadra as well. I fully dedicate all my roots of virtue with dedication, praise to the best by all the gone beyond victors of the 3 times in order to have good conduct. For the Dharma King's on Karma's way of Dharma to flourish, may all signs of obstacles be pacified and all conducive conditions be complete. Due to the 2 types of merits of the 3 times myself and others, may the teachings of the victorious one, Lothan Drapa, shine resplendent forever. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.